My husband and I have a mortgage which we have been paying into. So we should be done with that in a few years. Thinking of my husband's going to retire within 5 years or so. So we plan on moving to a different state. My question is, we should be paid off with our mortgage even before we retire. Is it better to be mortgage free, debt free, or because we want to use it as an investment property when we move we're planning on moving to Texas? Is it better to keep it as an investment property without a mortgage, or is it better to tap into the equity in the property and then still have a mortgage, which we can pay for it by with rent? What would be the wisest thing to do? That's my question.
There we go, Cruz. How are you doing today?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Listen, that is a great question. So here's what we need to do. About how many years do you have left on that mortgage that you have now?
I want to say it's maybe 4 years or so.
4 years. So you've paid.
And I'm paying ahead into it. It was a 15-year loan, but
Right.
we're going to pay it off in half the time.
Okay. I want to make this very, very clear. And so everybody can hear, because it's so important. It is not how fast you pay off your loan that matters. It's how cheaply you pay off your loan that matters. You want to know how much interest you have left to pay on that loan. You paid the majority of the interest already. So any extra money you put on the debt, all you're doing is saving on the interest. So if you only have a few dollars worth of interest left to pay, then the question becomes, is it worth it to put the extra money on the debt? Do you see what I mean?
Keep talking.
All right. So I have a client, okay? And with what they have left, with the amount of money that they make, they're going to be able to pay off their loan in just 3.5 years with the amount of money that they make. But all they're going to pay in interest is $16,000. That's all the interest they have left to pay is $16,000, right? So here's what we're talking about. If you know how much interest you have left to pay, and you know how much money you're going to have to put towards that to save $16,000, he had $260,000 left to pay. $260,000. But in my program, he only has $16,000 in interest left to pay. So, Cruz, the question becomes, do I want to try to pay off as quickly as I can $260,000 only to save $16,000 in interest? Is that how you want to spend your money, Cruz?
No.
No. So you want to know. So here's what I tell everybody in this situation. You want to know, if your mortgage was 0% interest for the entire time, is there any financial benefit to you to pay the loan off early if it's at 0%?
No.
So if you only have a little bit of interest left, then what is the benefit for paying that off? So you're about to do some real estate investments?
Yes, I am.
All right. So here's what we're talking about. You want to do what's called a cash out refi on the current house. All right. And when you're looking to get into your real estate investments, all right, take a look at the cash you have available. Take a look at the properties that are around, okay, and see how many down payments you can put on other properties, not just one property. How many down payments can you put on properties that we can turn into centers of profit? Okay, so I'm just giving this as an example. Let's say you can take out $100,000, and in your area, you can get the rental properties for about $20,000 down. So your $100,000 can actually help you to acquire 5 properties. Does that make sense? So here's what we're doing. So if that's the case, then taking that money out, he says, well, now we're starting our loan all over again. All right. So let's just say I got this example. Let's say we take that new loan out, $350,000 now, because we did a cash out refi. $350,000 at 3.5%. This is our new payment. Okay. Now what we want to do is see how we on our property here can cash out refi years sooner. And we took out some cash. to develop some rental property. All right. They're cash flowing. And we're going to see how we can attack these loans in a way that's going to save us some money. Okay. So now let's take a look at that. Now, all the extra money she puts on is not saving a tiny bit of interest, but huge amounts of interest. In the first year on this mortgage, the bank wants her to pay out almost $19,000. Pay almost $19,000 in the first year just to get $6,700 worth of potential equity. What if they have some money left on the side so that they can have some cash available to do repairs if need be? So we can actually use the cash we have on the side, not the money that's coming in from the rents that we need to reinvest again, but some of the money that's sitting on the side, that's sitting in a bank account making 0.1%. And this is just an example. But let's say they have about 30,000 in cash over here, just in case something goes wrong. Could we borrow $6,700 from the cash that we have on the side, advance that to the mortgage, all right, and pay down to line 12 on our mortgage in 1 month instead of over 12 months? And instead of paying $12,000 in interest to get to the same place, it only costs us $1,020 in interest to do the same thing. So in answer to your question, get with us. We'll show you how to set the whole thing up. All right. Because this is one thing that there's a lot of math involved. And people think that because we give quick answers, a crime show on television, they really don't solve those crimes in an hour. They just don't. And the information we're giving you information on how to set up a lifetime situation to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest and turn that money in savings into millions of dollars. And I really can't teach that in an hour or two. So if you really want to know how all of this works and how you can better leverage your money so you're getting the biggest bang for your buck, yes, I would cash out refi. I would try to get as many properties as I could with that refinance money and then put it all in one system. So you can now get out of debt the fastest way possible by getting out of debt the cheapest way possible. And we're going to show you that at the P.I.L.L method. Cruz, does that help?
Extremely helpful. Thank you for all the information. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome. So go to ice10k.com. And if you so choose, fill out, get the information on how to get a savings and earnings report, and we'll be glad to help you.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.